here. Katie Bassey, your trusted realtor. How are you doing? I just wanted to welcome you to the channel and please hit subscribe. I hope that you find this content valuable. I wanted to talk about a couple key points in real estate, and y'all know my story. I got into this because I had a bad lender experience and I come from a place of education. So I always want to make sure that my viewers are in the know. I do give out monthly newsletters as well. If you're interested in receiving that, just shoot me a comment and I'll be able to add you onto the list. In addition, I hope this video is, again, useful for you. So I wanted to give a couple highlights. And by the way, we've come through a couple holidays. Mother's Day, Father's Day, Independence Day, Go America, Big 250. And a really important milestone that we crossed with real estate, there is a Realtors Action Fund that lobbies for real estate related matters in Capital and Sacramento, across our great country. And one of the key victories was making sure that AB 736 did not pass. Now, in case you're wondering what that is, it's a ballot measure that would have increased the current transfer tax, I'm being very specific, limit of, it's about $1,023, so $1,023 to over $27,000. And we all know that in California, house prices are a bit touch and go, depending on the market. It veers toward the higher end compared to the rest of the nation, and so we always want to make sure that we're doing our part to save money, and that would have been a big impediment. Housing prices are already pretty steep for some areas in California, so great milestone, and that happened end of June. So I wanted to talk today about, again, related to affordability, the 5 key things to look out for when you're talking about homeowners insurance, especially for a fire policy. So 2025 was a remarkable year in terms of fires, and I'm getting my information from a combination of sources. Wikipedia is one of them, CAR is another, and I'm going to be using a lot of abbreviations through this video. So CAR is the California Association of Realtors. CIGA, just so I don't forget to mention it, is California Insurance Guarantee Association. And I'm going to deal with the DOI as well, which is the Department of Insurance. Okay, so I got the abbreviations out of the way. Whew, off to a great start. Okay, so 5 things to look for. Now, I know that in 2025, there were over 8,000, to be specific, 8,036 fires. Oh. And those wildfires burned over 525,000 acres. I said over, you heard me. Big deal when you're dealing with fires with your homes. And so the Palisades, I was actually in the middle of that. So I got evacuated. I know what that feels like. As far as affordability goes, 5 things to look out for. Do not wait until your policy is a couple weeks to a month of expiring. Start shopping early. Okay, so that's point number 1. The reason I say that is because things do change, but you want to make sure that you're not scrambling at the last minute. There are some processes. Some insurances may take some time to process their claims or process their applications, and these are all things you want to know before you actually jump in with an insurance company. So definitely plan ahead, do your research. The second thing I would recommend is contact the list of admitted insurance companies. Now, this is where DOI and CIGA come in. So CIGA, California Insurance Guarantee Association, backs up these particular insurance companies, and they have to submit their rates and their policies with the DOI, the Department of Insurance. So basically, it's like getting a backing insurance companies by a federal organization. So think of like credit unions are backed by the NCUA. You know, the list goes on. So as far as your loans, your policies are concerned, you want to make sure that they're accredited by these organizations, or at least if you can, and that doesn't necessarily, and I'm going to get to that later, you want to make sure that they're backed by SIGA. If that isn't the case, and I'll delve into that later, I'll tell you a couple things you can do. The third thing you want to do is shop and compare. So just because they're accredited or backed by SIGA does not necessarily mean they're the same. You want to make sure that you can ask questions. Don't feel shy. You want to get all your, even if you consider them stupid questions, out of the way before you sign on so that you're prepared. The fourth thing that I would recommend is, if they're not backed by SIGA, look for those unadmitted companies. So what that means is, if they haven't submitted their rates and policies to the DOI and they're not backed by SIGA, should those companies become insolvent, in other words, should they be terminated or suspended, you basically have no assurance. Obviously, the whole point of getting fire insurance policies is so that you can be protected. So this is why people are very leery about looking into this, but the only benefit is typically their insurance policies are cheaper. So it's a consideration if you're in an absolute bind and you need to get a policy. I wouldn't recommend making a habit of this, but it's an option. Worst case scenario, this is number 5, you can call the California Fair Plan. This is an absolute last measure. And that phone number is 1-800-339-4099. I'll repeat it. It's 1-800-339-4099. I have no comments on wait times or how easy it is to go through their process, but that is an option as a last resort. So I hope that you find these helpful. Again, please feel free to subscribe and comment on the video. Is there something that you'd like me to cover, or a question that you want to have answered? Please put it in the chat, and I'd be more than happy to get back to you. So I hope you make it a great day. This is Katie Bassey, your trusted realtor. Stay blessed.